whole pathway for kids is what is important to me. So not just training the best kids, but Massive Soccer's aim was to be able to engage any kid at any level and use the sport to help them develop.
The fundamentals of lifting, why it's important, within this part of the job is just teaching the kids, working with kids on a more individual basis, strength and conditioning program. One of the biggest roles is kind of teaching them why this kind of stuff is so important to their success on the field and then later on in life, staying healthy.
By and large, there are amazing educational resources that are available for our students and our players that give them access to incredibly high-quality education while giving them the flexibility of the training through the academy program. I did a survey of all of our parents regarding the education component specifically, and every single parent said that their child is succeeding to a greater level.
The academy kids are coming out here Monday through Friday, and they're getting a consistent and specialized training to their overall development. They're going to be consistently training and consistently growing and hearing the same messages over and over and over again from a staff of experts who really have their best interest in mind. And so I think the academy program is just really a professional approach at development.
What we're trying to do is make it really personal, find out what the player wants in a university, in a college, and make it personal to them and make a personal approach to a college coach. The whole person's the most important because they're not going to be here for the rest of their lives. So what can we do for them in the 5, 6, 7 years, hopefully 10 years if they're here that long? What can we do for them? How can we develop them?
Every child learns in a different way. We try and hit those areas as much as we can. The most important thing is get them to love the game and enjoy the game.
Massive, as a parent and a chef at the same time, I realize the importance of nutrition. I try to feed my child right, and speaking with Fraser realizes he wanted the same thing, and it was a very easy match actually.
We have kids learn how to use the washing machine. We've got kids learn how to cook and go home and are able to cook meals for themselves as opposed to just waiting at home for the meal to be put on the table.
College will be right around the corner for a lot of these kids, and the ramen and peanut butter and jelly only go so far. So the nutrition is an aspect that I kind of hide into the lesson just to try to get them hands-on, so they're not afraid when they walk into a kitchen and they're able to feed themselves. Basically, help them, build into the idea of what they're making can make their game progress a little bit. Make their nutrition a little better, their stamina a little better, all based on the food that we create.
So we have a curriculum that, if we're teaching passing all week, then when they go to their game at the weekend, all the focus is on passing. Of course there's other elements of the game, but the kids' learning goals are about passing. And the next week might be on working on heading, and the goals then for the individual player development is how they're able to improve their heading in the game. That becomes their exam.
Things such as character and integrity and things like that matter importantly to us, and not just can you kick a soccer ball. And from the moment I met Fraser and got connected with Massive, those guys, professional, high integrity, high character level, and they're people I trust with my son, whether I'm there or not.
It's not all about individuals, it's about developing as a team as well.
We have some common old school values that I think are important. You'll see that within the academy we've got young boys and young girls who are super talented players, that work really hard, look fantastic in their uniform, but before they leave this place they have to pick up a brush and sweep the place. But there's an amount of it that comes down to the individual and hard work, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to nurture that intrinsic motivation of young people to say, if I want to get better I can come into this program, but I'm going to be the one that goes home then and does that extra bit.
It's far exceeded our expectation. The others, but I'll speak for him in particular, it's only benefit him in terms of self-confidence and ultimately also his soccer playing.
It's all fun, but then it's also serious at the same time, where we're having a good laugh playing with each other, but then we're also gaining from it.
Everybody has kind of some point on that path that they want to get to. but that kind of path is a progressive path. And so I've seen it. I've had 3 kids with Fraser and massive soccer for probably 10 years. You know, over time you start to realize that it is like an exponential development curve where they're going from the basics and you're seeing little progress steps and little progress steps, and then all of a sudden it's just like everything starts to come together and the whole player comes together, and it's remarkable.
There's an evaluation system which I think is a main ingredient because the coaches evaluate twice a year to give parents and the child feedback as to their growth, not only developmentally soccer-wise, but also their social development.
You know, it's not rocket science. If we're working with a parent and the parent's working with us, we're all working together, the child accelerates much, much quicker. With that comes trust. You know, I think that you'd find in speaking to the parents that there's an element of trust in what we do. What matters to them is that they trust in what we're doing is in the best interest of developing their child, and we've got some great results from that. You know.
If opportunity is given to other parents to see what I've seen, they will embrace it.